definitely a range of issues always that are evolving each time we go through this process, and we've been through it a lot. Um, so, some of the things that you've tackled already, which are around how do we accurately describe in a brief way what we're trying to achieve each time we're developing another fundraise amount, be that a lot or a little bit or whatever it is. And obviously, in short, if we're talking all the way back to when we first sit down with Easy Capital, we're talking about a problem around raising a certain amount of capital that we need, which is not a large amount, so that we can go to the next level and raise even more, right? Well, I guess you're using your expertise in research and pitch deck builds to create something that is hopefully going to be something that brings results, right? And so we've had our initial meetings around what we want to do and what our business is about, and we've conveyed those, and you've taken those conveyances and you've developed what you have in front of you between our materials and your research and development work, right? A couple of things. The attitude of the initial meeting. Some of the people we talked to about fundraising are pretty hostile, in the sense that they're trying to prove that we're not, worthy of the money. The openness to listen and, go through the process. And in general, it's a fit from both sides in the sense of the offering has potential. I mean, at the end of the day, we never know until we see whether we get the money or not, whether this is all worthwhile. But if we're looking at it from the perspective of, is the experience worthwhile, and are the results as we're moving through it worthwhile? Well, I think that you've done a really good effort at remaking our pitch. It's independent to us, which is great. And I think that can only be a positive outcome no matter what we finish with at the end of this. I think it's relatively simple, right, compared to what I've done with a lot of other people, which hence the name, right? Easy, which I'm not sure if it's easy to work with or just easy to get the money. Hopefully it's the second. Yeah. But I think it's quite a well-structured process. You're obviously got some people that really know what they're doing. Well, it would appear that way, and that's good. I think I like the process. I think it's a good process. Like I say, I mean, the real judgment at the end of all of this is a mixture of experiences. One, the experience of getting through to where we are now, and how that is, and two, what the overall outcomes of what we came out with. Maybe we didn't come out with the money, but we came out with a very good pitch deck that we can then use with other people, or a learning experience about pitch decks and what they should look like. But ultimately, the success of this venture is really what drives it, as a recommendation. But I mean, as far as people we've been in front of in this category of fundraise, which I would consider quite low level, I think it's a great experience, and so far to date it's good. I mean, hopefully it gets through. My recommendations would be probably post understanding all of the process, so we've been to the end and seen where we got to and what that's like, because this initial stage is really only part of your story, right? Well, remember, at one point there, I was pitching to 2 fundraising people a week, right? Over a year. So you can imagine I've sat in front of a lot. 3, actually, in some weeks. I think the process looked good. You felt like a company that had organization and, look, I'm a person who does international sales in the worst countries in the world, and I have a fairly good nose for understanding when I'm dealing with a bad organization or a good one. And there's a few checks and balances in there, which I'm not going to go into details now, but put it this way, you passed pretty much all of those, or enough of them that I felt satisfied that the amount of money that you'd asked for, which was not incredibly high, was enough that you needed to pass some of it, but you didn't need to pass all of it. And therefore, the risk versus possible reward seemed like it was worth taking compared to other examples that I'd been given.